We're going to take you straight to KwaZulu-Natal, where we're getting more reaction on the outcome of the electoral process there. Karinda Jagmohan is our reporter on the story. Karinda, very good morning to you. So the understanding is that the capturing of the results is now at 100%. Confirm that for us. And what is the reaction thus far?
That is correct. 100% of results counted for KwaZulu-Natal for eThekwini municipality, the metro of KwaZulu-Natal. Like we have been mentioning, a huge blow dealt to the ANC. They have seemingly lost the majority vote for the eThekwini metro. Now, on the IEC dashboard, results are slightly delayed because of the reflection from what the IEC officials have to their online platform. But they're just over 40% of support for the ANC, just over 96 seats of this 222-seat council in eThekwini Metro Municipality, the most important economic hub of KwaZulu-Natal. It seems like the ANC has definitely lost its grip there. The DA standing at just over 25%. The EFF climbing. They're over 10%. And the 2016 local government election in eThekwini, the EFF garnered only 3.4% support. So really we're seeing voters now turn to the EFF, but also remember there was a very low voter turnout. Now, we did speak to the ANC in KZN much earlier, and Nhlakanipho Ntombela spoke about issues regarding service delivery and water connection. In my experience on the ground, we have seen residents complain about these service delivery issues, where residents either didn't have faith in the voting process because they hadn't received help, or said they would turn to other parties. The ANC did try to campaign regarding service delivery in the province. eThekwini Mayor Karinda, during the election season, went to the distant areas of eThekwini, the outskirts of eThekwini, conducting various campaigns, especially introducing contractors that would assist with development regarding water infrastructure. In those districts, on those outlying districts, there is some ANC support there. But in the hub of eThekwini, your industrial areas, your beachfront areas, I'm seeing DA colours. They've taken over all the wards in Phoenix and Chatsworth as well. I'm also seeing more EFF colours in the outskirts of eThekwini, but as well as in Nanda, the hometown of former Mayor Zandile Gumede, who has been accused of corruption, facing corruption charges. It seems that these charges, these issues facing the municipality in KZN, as well as the infighting, has led to these issues. Now, with regards to KwaZulu-Natal as a whole, we are expected to receive a briefing from the IEC in the province at 11 o'clock. It's unclear whether they'll announce the results here or perhaps wait for the evening results, but still we wait to hear what they'll say. What is interesting, though, is the National Freedom Party that has for the first time gained the highest support in Edumbe, which is the Zululand area, northern KwaZulu-Natal, 33%. They're approaching the Pietermaritzburg High Court today with an urgent application. They say they want the announcements of the results to be halted because they want a recount in that ward. They believe, or in that municipality rather, they believe they've won more wards than what is being reflected on the results. But we'll see how that goes, because we do expect some announcements regarding KwaZulu-Natal soon. This has been a province that has been hotly contested for the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. Remember, this is the hometown of former President Jacob Zuma. Following his incarceration, following the unrest, there's lots of friction between supporters of the ANC as well as civilians on the ground who have been impacted by what's happened here. We've heard from Kanita Hunter how it's alleged that many ANC factors came into play during the unrest, and that has impacted on how civilians feel about the current local government. That is reflecting in the map that I'm seeing here. Another reminder is when you look at the new KwaZulu-Natal map for the now 2021 local government elections, is that it is now divided. IFP support dominating northern KwaZulu-Natal. The ANC, they have regions in southern KwaZulu-Natal, but the DA has stolen municipality from them for the first time. So they are worried. They will have a briefing here at 12 o'clock. So we're going to hear what their plans are. whether they have any plans to form coalitions with other parties. It may be that they may join the IFP in some cases, or the IFP could join what was their breakaway party, the NFP, in northern areas of KZN. Still, it remains to be seen now what is going to be happening in those areas. But the main issue here is the apparent lack of service delivery to citizens on the ground in KZN. Rural areas where connectivity to important infrastructure has been slacking. Now residents are seemingly trying to change this in their municipalities. Again, another reminder that voter turnout in KwaZulu-Natal was 36%, just above 36%. The ANC believes this has also impacted how the votes are reflecting on the map. But at 11 o'clock, we're going to hear directly from the IEC in KZN on how the map of KwaZulu-Natal is looking thus far and for the rest of the next few years until the next one.
Yeah, Karinda, before I let you go, very briefly if you can, the NFP, you've spoken about them wanting a rerun of the counting, at least in one of the municipalities or wards. Are you aware at all whether they've actually gone to court to try and contest the electoral outcome, at least in specific areas?
Their statement released to media at about 9:30 states that they will be approaching the Pietermaritzburg High Court this afternoon to halt the announcement of results following the IEC's, they say and they claim, as I read their statement, following the IEC's reluctance to accede to a party's demand for a recount. They say that the NFP is convinced that in eDumbe they've won at least 7 wards, but the final results from the commission shows that the party won 6. They're fighting over 1 ward there. They believe that this will change the outcome. But it's unclear whether or not this application will be heard in time, because at 11 o'clock we expect to hear some results trickling in from the IEC in KZN. And of course we do know final results are expected to be announced tonight. It's unclear whether this NFP's court application will stand in any matter in terms of the timing for these announcements, for these briefings. But essentially they're fighting over 1 ward in eDumbe. They say that the results cannot be announced or pronounced before their matter is resolved. They've worked hard in campaigning and they know what they deserve in eDumbe. This area, Zululand, northern KwaZulu-Natal, was where they held their final election rally, and they are trying to fight to gain that 1 ward. Just as I go to the ward count in that area, we see that they were standing at 33% in eDumbe. This is the NFP, and this is the first time they're gaining a majority vote, not over 50%, but still the greater amount of votes, the lion's share in a municipality. The ANC in that region standing at 23% and the IFP standing at 23%. So still, they are able to form coalitions if they can, or before the ANC and IFP would form a coalition together. It remains to be seen what's going to happen in these municipalities, again, where service delivery has been slacking. These are very rural areas of KwaZulu-Natal, where infrastructure development and housing is yet to be handed over to citizens on the ground. We all know that during the election campaign, there has been government interventions, but it's seemingly a form of campaigning for the ANC that is governing in those areas. Still, people on the ground have been yearning for service delivery. So ultimately, these parties now are trying to gain the majority vote through coalitions, hopefully to try and change lives of the citizens on the ground. Oli.